Alright, just a quick thing before I talk about weapon retirement is that for the lie step, they said they're gonna fix the part where you have to go to the moon or whatever because apparently that was bugged. I'm not on that part yet because I didn't care. I didn't give a fuck about the quest. I'm on the part where I have to get 1,000 shotgun kills, but if you go in a crucible, you only need 100. So there's that. Um. Anyways, the point is what I'm trying to get at is weapon retirement, right? Personally, I don't care about weapon retirement because I remember in Destiny 1, that was just a common thing. Like every big expansion, you're just used to shelving away your Fatebringer or whatever, and then you get some new guns. Um, I can understand why people are mad because this game has is kind of like, again, it's different than Destiny 2. When Forsaken came out, I didn't have to worry about, oh, let me just go, put away whatever, put away this. Like I could still use that weapon because I could just infuse it. Like the infusion system has been a lot more lenient than it has been in the past, Destiny 1. So like that makes sense too because with some of these activities, like Bungie wants you to keep going in and farming it, like the menagerie, right? That makes sense. Um, so yeah, a lot of people don't like weapon retirement. A lot of people aren't happy. I personally, I don't really care because here's the truth about weapon retirement. All weapon retirement is, especially going up to TWAB, is that weapon retirement is the going to be the same gun but with just a different coat of paint, right? A different model, right? Like you can see that in Destiny 1. Because again, they said they don't want them to be weaker, they don't want them to be stronger, right? They just want them to be the same level, right? You don't want pirate creep, which makes sense, right? We don't want another recluse. Um, but like, let's look at Destiny 1, right? Year 1, you had Felwinter's Lie. That got replaced by Matador, and then that got replaced by Party Crasher, right? That's a cycle of things. Um, let's see. There's probably like another example. I don't remember Destiny 1 that well, but all I remember is like it was Ias Luna at one time, then Ias Luna got replaced by Palindrome, or maybe it was the other way around. But like, weapons get replaced by other weapons that are either straight up better or just basically the same, but you can use them at a higher light level. And that's another thing too, is that with the light level really doesn't matter in this game unless you're doing like a Nightfall or a raid or trials, right? Or I guess Iron Banner too. There you go. Like those four activities. There's no like time like light level really matters. Like if you really like a gun, you can just still equip it and go around and shoot shit like in the Dreaming City or something, right? Like they said you can still do that because Dreaming City stuff's like 750, and everything is at a minimum 750, so you're fine regardless. So like it doesn't really matter in a grand scheme of things unless you like using it in a raid. Then yeah, I can see that. But the real like I guess the issue is that, for instance, like this spare ration here, right? I'm not trying to brag, but all I have are two spare rations from playing Gambit Prime. Both of them are great rolls. This one was my first one, Rapid Hit Rampage, and then my other one was Snapshot Swashbuckle, right? Good rolls, good rolls. I know people that have been farming for a good spare ration can get shit. All they get is like Threat Detector and some other like weird perk, right? Um, and then like this Curated Twilight Oath. Again, I got it just doing randomly, just doing the mission, the Carrier Down mission in the Dreaming City. I know people that are actually still looking for this, and they're like, well, if weapon retirement's going to be a thing, I don't really want to waste my time, grinding for better spare rations or good rolled spare rations or whatever, if it's just going to be replaced. And I mean, the same thing with armor. Like armor right now, I don't know why they're gonna do armor retirement because armor takes a lot more time to invest because you have to worry about all those random stat rolls. Again, it's like it's just I don't know why you'd retire the armor. Like exotics aren't even affected, so that's fine. But like I don't think armor should. I think armor should be where it is because remember there's seasonal mods too you have to worry about and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know why they're gonna do that with armor. But weapons, I'm like whatever. But for instance, if weapon retirement's gonna be what they say they are, all you're gonna do next season or next year is just go into a different activity to farm a 150 hand cannon that has a reloaded perk and a damage perk. That's it. Oh, but spare rations again. Oh no, like you know what I mean? Uh, I think Bungie kind of dug themselves in the hole with this design philosophy, anyways. Because I remember in Destiny 1, Vision of Confluence was good for two reasons. One, it was an elemental primary, but all it was full auto and Zen Moment. If you get a scout rifle full auto and Zen Moment, you'd be like, that shit's garbage. Why'd I ever use it, right? Uh, what is it? I can't believe I forgot. It was like my first raid weapon. Found Verdict. Found Verdict. Full auto. Last word. Full auto is a good. It's a good perk. More DPS and final round was a good damage perk, right? But damage perks were few and far between on most weapons. Anyways, it was mostly about utility. Now in Destiny 2, everything has a damage perk, right? Like it's almost mandatory because they have to scale the game up. You know, like I think they said the reason why things seem so beefy that they have to account for, you know, someone having a times 3 attack of Rampage or a kill clip, right? So I think they kind of screwed themselves on that with the whole entire damage dealing perks, but that's the reality of it. Is that like kind of like every good weapon, quote unquote, is like if it's a hand cannon, what do you want on it? Reload, damage, right? If it's like any gun, really, it's like, oh, can it roll with outlaw kill clip or outlaw swashbuckler? Then it's good, right? Like Buzzard, it has outlaw, I think it's outlaw and yeah, swashbuckler, right? Outlaw swashbuckler. Like who's gonna use osmosis, right? Or a vorpal weapon, you know, a vorpal weapon, like Felwinter's Light could have a quick draw vorpal weapon. So it doesn't really matter because all we're gonna do is hunt for a weapon with the same perks and the same stats. It's just the model's gonna look different. That's all I have to say about weapon retirement. I personally, I I don't mind it because I'm not a hardcore player, right? Like if this was Destiny 1 where I actually like grinded hours into it, yeah, I'd be upset. But as a person that kind of plays casually right now, I don't mind putting away my stuff or whatever because I can still use it later. I don't really care. But I'm not saying that the people who are upset aren't wrong. Like I completely agree with why they're upset. I personally think it's kind of dumb anyways. Like I get it, Bungie wants, you know, weapons to, you know, people to use something other than spare rations, Mindbender, or some other, you know, Ace of Spades or whatever bullshit. But like the reality is that they're basically saying how they want you to play the game. It's kind of like how I play Crucible, right? Like I used to always use sniper hand cannon. You can see that in some of my other videos. But in some of my newer videos, I switch it up. I use a bow bow sidearm, or even in my other one, I was using my more. Like I was using a shotgun for all, you know, of all things, right? Um, the reality is, it comes down to player choice, right? If someone really likes something, they'll keep using it regardless, right? Like, you know, if someone truly likes it, they'll keep using it. It doesn't matter if it's not like light level appropriate or whatever. They'll still keep using it. It's up personally up to the person to not personally up to the person. It's up to the person not to, you know, use the weapon, right? It's up to the person not to equip spare rations of my better. Some people just like using strong stuff, and that's what that's all they're gonna use, right? Some people like me like variety, and they just like to switch it up and use different weapons. It's just the reality of video games. You have all types of people that play it. And Bungie's kind of saying, well, we want you to play it this way, and they've kind of done that in the past anyway. That's their MO. But like they're like, oh, well, we want you to play this way. Again, all you're gonna do is, well, I guess I can't use spare rations. Let me go farm the next lightweight with, you know, damage and reload. Like, you know, it's all you're doing is just wasting people. Well, not, yeah, I guess wasting people's time, but I guess that's good for you because more people are playing. I guess I don't know. Anyways, the point is, like, getting at is, I personally don't think weapon retirement is just, again, changing the paint. The guns are gonna still feel the same. All they're gonna do is look different. That's it. Anyways, thanks for watching. And yeah, that's it.